Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Han Arms. Like always, I just got off work. I had somebody actually ask me last night. He was watching my Rufer MPR video, and he said, "Brian, I'm new to AR-15s. I'm looking to get my first one, and I want to get a Rufer MPR." Which, man, that is awesome. I congratulate you. I hope you get one, and I hope you love yours as much as I love mine. And everybody that I know that has one of these, they love theirs as well. So hopefully you get yours and you love it as much as I love mine. All right, they are a great, great rifle. They are worth every penny that you spend on them. So with that being said, man, you are awesome. I'm happy for you. Keep it up. He asked me if I could make a video on this, and actually a lot of you guys have commented on my Rufer MPR video and have asked me how I fixed my bolt problems, my bolt carrier issues. So that's what we're going to go over today. We're going to go over how did I fix my bolt carrier grouping problems. So let me go ahead and see if I can switch you over here to where we have somewhat kind of better lighting. I know the lighting kind of really sucks here. I'm not sure how to fix that for you guys. I've tried a couple different things now. I'll figure out something, okay? I promise I'll figure out something. So, very first thing, before you go messing with any firearm, please, dear God, make sure that it's unloaded. I have the magazine out right now. And then the very next thing is you got to make sure that this thing's unloaded. Please, dear God, don't let the gun go off and shoot a hole through your ceiling, through the floor, or God forbid, through somebody else. So make sure that it's physically, visually, and mechanically unloaded. Bolts back. I can see down through it. And if you want to, you can stick your finger or chamber flag in it. Doesn't matter. Now, after that, you're going to want to drop your bolt carrier. All right. And on the left side of your gun, while you're got your gun shouldered, the left side of your gun, you have a rear takedown pin. And yes, we all know this, but this is step by step. If you have never had one of these and you are brand new to them, I am going to do it step by step to make it the easiest way possible. So on the back of your receiver, lower receiver, you can see it glowing right here. There's a rear takedown pin. Take an ink pen, because I know I was this guy too. Not all of us have all the fancy gunsmithing punches and hammers and files and all that stuff. Okay, so we're going to do this Harry homeowner way. Take an ink pen, any ink pen. All right, you're going to find your takedown pin right here. Push it in. Literally, just push it in. All right, you're going to push it in. Flip your gun around on the right hand side of your firearm. You can now see this pin is pushed out. Grab it with your fingers. All right, pull it out till it stops. All right, it's not going to come all the way out. Just pull it till it stops. After so, the top of your upper will disconnect from your lower. Now, you got your charging handle, and your bolt carrying group is right here. To get your bolt carrying group out, you're going to charge your handle. Now, once you get your handle out, you see when you start pulling your handle out, your bolt carrier group is going to come with it. Go ahead, once you get it about, I don't know, a quarter way out, just grab both of them with your hands. Pull them out until it stops. That's your charging handle grabbings. All right, let go of the charging handle. Just pull your bolt carrying group out. Your charging handle will either stick like this does, or a lot of times they'll drop and fall right in. Okay, that's okay. Just grab your charging handle, take it out, lay it to the side. Now that we got the bolt carrying group out, you can lay your gun down, because now we don't need this anymore for right now. Okay, now we get to the main attraction. This is your bolt carrying group. This is the stock one. This is the one that's going to come with your gun. Now, please understand, when I when I bought my gun at SHOT Show when they first came out. I've had my gun for a few years now. So, with that being said, and why I say that, it's just like with anything that is brand new, anything that is just came out and there's been nothing like it before it, you're going to have problems with it. A car, a new wife, a new child, a new phone, anything that is a brand new model, you're going to have problems with it. Okay? Now, the reason why I say that is this gun is now a couple years old, Ruger. I'm sure that Ruger has perfected this by now. So, if you get a new Ruger MPR, you may not have bolt carrier problems like I did with mine. But to disassemble this bolt carrier group with that in mind is fairly simple. I'm going to show you how to do it right now. Okay, so with your rusty trusty ink pen, because we don't have a file set or a punch set, there is a cotter pen right here on, if you're holding it with the face, with the bolt face facing away from you, it's going to be on the left hand side. There's a cotter pen right here. Okay, you're going to take your ink pen and you're going to put it inside the loop of that cotter pen. Now, what this cotter pen does is it holds your firing pin in to place. Okay, it's not very big. Pull it halfway out, okay, about what it is now, to where you can see the loops in it, and grab it with your fingers and pull it out. Okay, don't lose this. If you do happen to lose it, you can buy another one, but if you can, don't lose this. This is a very important part of this bolt carrying group. Just lay it off to the side. Now, after that, this right down here is your firing pin. This is one thing where if you can, they don't cost very much, buy an extra one. Okay, it is always nice to have an extra firing pin. These can break. The tips are very small, and depending on if you change this out, if you change your bolt carrying group out and you get, depending on what make you get, some of these are brittle and they will break. So they are always a good thing to have extras. Now that you got your firing pin out, we're to another main part. You're going to push your bolt face in, all right, and you're going to see this lobe drop. All right, see that? All right, push it back in the position. You're going to be able to take your finger and you're literally going to roll this pin to where now it's elongated with the bolt instead of being against the bolt, okay? Once you do that, sometimes if you're lucky, you can get your fingers in there and you can pull it out like so, okay? If you cannot get a pair of your fingers in there and turn it and pull it out, you can use needle nose pliers to turn it if it's stiff and you can't get it out. If you do not want to use needle nose pliers on it to pull it out, get it turned like it is and literally tap it in the palm of your hand and it will come out. All right, now that your lobe is out, your bolt face will literally pull out. Now your bolt face is going to get to a point about right here where it would be locked into the chamber, that you're going to get some resistance and you're going to go, oh hell, it's not coming out. Just give it a little tug, it will pull right out. And unless you're going to take your gas block, your gas off the top, that's it. That's all it is. It is literally that simple. So now we get into what my problem was and how I fixed it. So what the problem was with my bolt carrier, my individual bolt carrier, was when Ruger manufactured this, or when Ruger made this gun, just like any new gun, they put oil on it, okay, because they have no idea how long this gun's going to sit in the warehouse, going to set at a gun store before it sells, so they oil the shit out of these. What ended up happening to mine is mine had oil all inside this bolt carrier group, and the oil actually hardened like caramel. So that is what my bolt carrier group issue was. What I literally did is I took PB Blaster and Hoppy's number 9 and a bristle brush, and I spent about an hour, a good hour, dipping the brush in, scrubbing it out, getting a paper towel, cleaning it out, dipping the brush, and so on and so forth. And to do the inside, I actually had a very small toothbrush and Q-tips that I used to do the same thing. I'd soak the Q-tips in, I'd rub them, turn them around with the clean side, clean them out, and I did that. And I did that for every part in this bolt carrier group, okay? I did it to everything on the bolt carrier group. I cleaned the hell out of it. And lo and behold, when I stuck this bolt carrier group back together and put it back in my gun, that was my issue. To get back to the dried oil, any of you guys that have ever bought a military surplus rifle, you know what I'm talking about. Military surplus rifles are horrible for them dousing them in whatever kind of oil they use in them, and it just dries and hardens into everything. Especially bolts, bolt carrier groups, and trigger mechanisms. So that happened to be what the problem was with my gun. Now, to say that that's not going to be the issue with your gun, I have no idea. But this is what the problem with my gun was. So, in order to put this back together, we've cleaned all this stuff. No, I'm not going to clean mine because I'm getting ready to take this gun out and I'm going to put a couple hundred rounds through it. So I'm going to clean it later this evening. But this is good enough to show you how to do it. Take it apart and clean it. So, in order to put it back together, you're going to take your bolt face. First off, you're going to put your bolt face back in. Okay? Now, next thing you're going to want to do, you're going to take it apart. You're going to put it back together the exact same way that you took it apart. Put your bolt face in. Your firing pin. On the back side, you'll see the hole. Firing pin just drops right into it. Okay? Next, you're going to take your load pin. You're going to put your load pin in the same way that it came out. It's going to be long ways. Oh, I messed up. I got ahead of myself. Your firing pin does not go in secondly. This lobe has to go in first. And when the lobe goes in first, this hole inside has got to be, in line with the bolt. So get your pin in. Now you can drop your firing pin in, because what that hole inside that lobe has to be elongated with the bolt, so your firing pin goes in your bolt carrier group through that hole and comes out to the bolt face. So after that, you're going to take your little cotter pin. Now, you see how mine is spread out on the end. This can be a bitch. It can be an issue, but it's not the end of the world. What you're going to do is you're going to fish this bad boy back into it. Alright, now if the ends are spread out, you're going to have to sit here and play with it, turn it, because now you have two split ends trying to make it back through a little tiny ass hole. It's not at the end of the world, but you might have to play with it. Alright, like I am having to do. And voila, that is it. Check it for function, goes back and forth. Your lobe is flipped up and down, not side to side. Works great. Your face doesn't fall forward, so it's still got plenty of tension to it. That's it. Okay, so order to put this back into your gun, because this can always be a tricky thing for new AR owners. I've seen a lot of people get frustrated with this. Very first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your charging handle. All right, the ear on the bottom goes down. The ear on the bottom is what hooks to your bolt and allows your bolt to pull back when you charge the handle. Stick your charging handle just in the hole and hold it up against the top of the receiver. You will fit. Listen. You hear it. It fits in a hole and you can hear it click up. Now, once it's rested in that position, take your bolt carrier group and literally just slide it back up inside. All right. Take your takedown pin that we unleashed at the beginning of the video. Push it in. Function test. And that's it. That's literally it. That is all there is to take the bolt carrier group out of your gun and to clean it. It is not hard. I understand that it can be daunting and you might not want to try it, but guys, I urge you, if you have a gun, you should know how it works and how it should functions. Take it apart. Learn how it works. You can't really mess it up too bad unless you start taking stuff out of your trigger system. Save that for until you get a little more into it. Other than that, that's it. All right. So after you're done with that, take things, make sure it functions. Take it out, run a magazine through it. Make sure it's going to work. If that happens to not be the problem, then you know that it's not the problem and you can start diagnosing it a different way. But that is how I fixed my rifle. That's all mine was. So, like always, guys, you all are awesome. Please, please, please keep giving me ideas. All right, I love talking to you guys. Anybody that asks me a question on my channel, I will always do my absolute best to get back to you as soon as I possibly can, and I will answer any questions, whether it's good or whether it's bad, whether you say, Brian, I like your videos, Brian, your videos suck, I will get back to you no matter what. So, like always, guys, y'all are awesome. I'm getting ready to go down here and shoot this bad boy because I had a rough night at work and I need to relieve some stress. So, on top of that, the hay is all cut. This coming week, I have everything down here already. We're going to do the shooting video with the 7.62 by 39 Ruger American Ranch. Stay tuned. Watch that. After that, I think we're just going to go ahead and we're going to do the shooting video with the MPR because you guys seem to love that gun. That is the hottest video on my entire channel right now. So we'll do that. I've got a couple new guns coming in here soon. We're going to have those on here. But until next time, guys, you are awesome. Like and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you later.